How much responsibility do you feel, it's a bit of a cheeky question this, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway, for the lack of trust in this administration's claims about chemical weapons use by Assad, and people saying, well, it's all because of the lies over Iraq?
Well, Piers, there were no lies. Everybody saw the same intelligence, and a lot of people changed their tune about it afterwards. The real point is, look, people are concerned not because of the intelligence, I think, so much as they're concerned about the possibility of American casualties. And on that point, I would actually agree with Secretary Kerry, who says this is not Iraq, it's not Afghanistan. I don't think, frankly, if we don't use manned aircraft, there's no risk of American casualties in these strikes, at least. So that's a very important difference. I think it's fair of them to emphasize it. There's actually, though, a kind of eerie similarity in one respect, not to Iraq in 2003, but in 1991 there were reports that Saddam was dropping chemical weapons on the Shia as we were flying overhead watching the helicopters that we shouldn't have allowed to fly. Those reports were not confirmed until 12 years later, but then we had documents that showed that yes, in fact, they had ordered chemical weapons used against the Shia. By that time, it was all over, of course.
Senator Lieberman, let's just play a couple of clips here from John Kerry. One is comparing the situation to the Nazis, and then what he said today. Watch this.
The real issue here is whether or not the Congress is going to stand up for international norms with respect to dictators that have only been broken twice until Assad, Hitler and Saddam Hussein. A very short-term effort that degrades his capacity to deliver chemical weapons without assuming responsibility for Syria's civil war. That is exactly what we're talking about doing. Unbelievably small, limited kind of effort.
You see, here's my problem, Senator. How do you say on the one hand, this is the new Hitler we're dealing with, and on the other hand say it's going to be an unbelievably small military action? That's not surely how anyone would have dealt with Adolf Hitler.
Well, I'm sure John Kerry wishes he hadn't said unbelievably small. I noticed in the briefing that Tony Blinken, the Deputy National Security Advisor, gave this afternoon, he described an attack as being limited but decisive. That's much better phraseology. But I'll tell you, Secretary Kerry had a point that we've been challenged here, not just by the use of gas, which links Bashar al-Assad to Adolf Hitler, but by all that happened during the 30s as the U.S. particularly watched, drawn by isolationism back, watched Hitler and the fascists move forward, and finally came in at a late hour, and thank God decisively. I mean, this is a real threat, and if we turn away from it, our allies are going to be shaken, our enemies are going to be emboldened, and inevitably we're going to be drawn into a much larger conflict later on that will cost us more in lives and treasure. That's what happens when you don't stop a bully, a thug, a murderer when he starts to murder, particularly when he murders his own people and with gas.